If you are moving to Huntsville, Alabama, here is the single best piece of advice I can give you. Pick your commute before you pick a house. Not the subdivision, not the square footage, the commute. Because in this city, that one decision quietly sets everything else. Your school system, your price per square foot, whether you love your mornings or dread them. I have been selling homes here since 2005. I'm Steve Stinson with Keller Williams Realty. I've been helping people move across the Tennessee Valley since 2005. If you're considering a move, schedule your complimentary strategy call. A short conversation can save you time, money, and help you make better decisions. The link is in the description. Let me break down how this actually works. Start with the number that shapes this whole town. Somewhere between 40,000 and 50,000 people drive through the gates at Redstone Arsenal every single day. That is not a suburb feeding into a downtown. That is one enormous employer sitting on the southwest side of the city behind a fence with a limited number of ways in, and those ways in are not always open. This month is a good example. Gate 3 on Redstone Road closed on July 6th because the Arsenal did not have enough security guards to staff it. It reopened on July 10th, but only for limited morning hours, 6 in the morning until 9. So if you had just bought a house in South Huntsville because Gate 3 was your quick way in, your commute changed inside of a week through no fault of your own. Here's what that means. In most cities, you pick a neighborhood and figure out the drive later. In Huntsville, you find out which gate you will use and then you buy around it. So let's go gate by gate. If you are going in through Gate 9 at the south end of Research Park Boulevard, look at Research Park itself, West Huntsville, and the Providence and MidCity side of University Drive. There is also a planned connector road called Resolute Way that would run from Interstate 565 straight to Gate 9. If that gets built, that whole corridor gets easier. If you are going in through the Martin Road gates on the west side, Madison is your answer. Town Madison, Clift Farm, and the newer neighborhoods on the west side of Madison all feed that direction, and you skip most of the city traffic entirely. If you are coming in from the south, South Huntsville and Jones Valley put you closest to Gate 3 and Gate 9 both. Older homes, bigger lots, mature trees, and the shortest drives in the county. And if you are working at Cummings Research Park instead of on the Arsenal, that is a different map again. Then Monrovia and Harvest and the northwest side start making a lot of sense. Hey, if you're not planning a move right now, share this video with someone who is. I'm sure they'll find it helpful, and I'd be glad to help them make a wise move too. Now, the second decision, this is the one people get wrong most often. Huntsville and Madison County have 3 separate public school systems: Huntsville City Schools, Madison City Schools, Madison County Schools. 3 systems, different funding, different leadership, different results. And they are drawn by address, not by mailing address, not by city name. 2 houses half a mile apart can sit in 2 different systems. I have watched families find that out after they were already under contract. Madison City Schools is the strongest performer in the metro, and it is consistent across the whole city, which is a real part of why Madison holds value the way it does. Inside Huntsville City, the range is wider. The Hampton Cove side is the one everybody points to: Goldsmith Schiffman Elementary, then Hampton Cove Middle, then Huntsville High, which sits about 12 miles away. And here's the detail that catches people. In the Cove, whether you are inside the Huntsville city limits or in the unincorporated part determines whether your children are in Huntsville City Schools or Madison County Schools. Same general area, 2 different answers. So confirm the zone at the address level every single time. Now, what does your money actually buy here? In June of this year, the median sale price for a single-family home in Madison County was $345,000. Homes took about 42 days to sell. That is a real market, not a frenzy and not a bargain bin. At that number, you are usually choosing between a well-kept established home closer in or new construction farther out with more space and a longer drive. Hampton Cove gives you the golf, the trails, the mountain views, and a commute that runs on Highway 431. Madison gives you the schools and the west side access, and the north side of the county gives you the most house for the money right now, which brings me to the part almost nobody moving here has on their radar yet. North Huntsville is about to change significantly. On July 23rd, the Huntsville City Council approved rezoning for a development called Harris Farms, roughly 500 acres north of Bob Wade Lane, just west of Memorial Parkway. Preliminary plans call for about 1,800 homes with a resort-style pool, pickleball courts, dog parks, and greenways. It sits right next to the North Village retail development, which is bringing a Target and a Home Depot to the intersection of Memorial Parkway and the Northern Bypass. City planners are describing Harris Farms as a 15 to 20-year build-out. So this is not something you drive out and tour next month, but if you are trying to understand where this metro is headed, that is the direction it is going. And the jobs keep following. On July 20th, Redwire announced an expansion of its Huntsville campus with about 150 new jobs and construction expected to finish in late 2027. Here's the bottom line. Huntsville is not one housing market. It is 4 or 5 markets sitting next to each other, and the thing that sorts them is your drive to work. Get the commute right, and everything else about living here gets easier. If Huntsville is on your list, let's talk through which areas actually fit how you live before you start touring homes. The link to schedule a call is right below this video, and if you already live here and you have been wondering what your home would bring in this market, that is a quick conversation too.